The term society is defined as a large group of organized people that share the same geographical area that become associated with one another due to religious, benevolent, cultural, scientific, and political purposes. People in society are made up of many different social concepts that include diverse racial backgrounds, different cultures, and different socioeconomic standings. The term drug is defined as something and is often described as an illegal substance that causes addiction, habitation, or a marked change in consciousness. Drugs are mainly broken up into two main categories, licit and illicit.
Licit means within the law, meaning anything that is licit is allowed or legal. Illicit means illegal or immoral, posing a threat to one's health and potentially their life. Some examples include heroin, crack cocaine, and opioids. Drugs affect society in such a way that something as small as a gram of cocaine can label you as a criminal. Based on your social makeup as an individual, certain drugs can also label you as either the victim or the perpetrator. So here's some info to why our societal makeup is divided and broken due to the influence of drugs.
Let's take a step back in time to the year of 1886. During this time, cocaine was so prominent that it was used in one of America's favorite all-time beverages, Coca-Cola. Cocaine was also a substitute for alcohol used in wine and tonics. Fast forward to the time of the 1970s, where the popularity of cocaine use spiked, mostly by entertainers and business people, because it gave them energy, helping them stay up for longer periods of time. Cocaine was traditionally seen as a rich man's drug, but as the drug found its way to the African American community, this idea changed and it turned to chaos. Changing the name from cocaine to crack, it now had the reputation as America's most dangerous and addictive drug, linked with poverty, crime, and death.
Newspapers began to write all about this manner, stating that blacks were using the drug cocaine at alarming rates, causing African Americans to act unruly and bring off increased sex drives, even though whites were using cocaine at higher rates. Cocaine was then deemed illegal, more out of racial fear than any concern for public health after usage by African Americans. But in the present day, drug use is now seen as a huge epidemic that's causing a skyrocket in overdoses and deaths because of drug abusers. This affects the way people see drug addicts. When their label comes with a negative background, to the point where in order to fix this issue, we don't try and help them. They're instead exiled from what we deem as the ideal makeup of society.
In present day, pop culture seems to carry the stigma around certain drug users depending upon your social status in the entertainment world, where certain social factors like your network and race can affect if you are seen as either a crackhead or someone that needs rehab and support. Let's take the example of former NBA player Lamar Odom and pop star Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato has stated that her start of drug use began at the age 17. Her struggles continued after a 3-year sobriety stint, this time causing an overdose, sending her back to rehab. Lovato gained social support, many praying for her well-being and quick recovery. On the contrary, other celebrities being involved in a similar situation got backlash for their drug addiction.
He overdosed on cocaine in 2015, causing him to go into a coma, leading up to a long road of recovery ahead of him. Lamar didn't reap the benefits of social support as much as Demi did. Instead, he was labeled as a crackhead and was bashed throughout the media, where his overdose and drug addiction was made into a joke. Instead of being seen as a victim like Demi was, he was portrayed as someone who was less than, as a menace to society.